Hello. Jesus said, "In this world you will have trouble, but take heart. I have overcome the world." I have known some fine men of God who have had to suffer. This wasn't because they somehow lacked faith. It may not necessarily have been suffering for their faith either. We know that the enemy does come to steal, kill, and destroy, but much of the suffering has been because, well, that's life, and we must endure much hardship before entering heaven. Self-doubt brings much mental anguish, and it's something many of us struggle with. I know one woman who was married to a very successful businessman. His name is a household name in the sporting world. She told me that it used to affect him deeply when a deal didn't go his way, regardless of how many successes he'd had in the past. One man I had dealings with, he told me that debt has always been a thorn in his own flesh, and maybe he felt like a failure because of it. Many Christians struggle with a sense of failure. Maybe it's because of how they brought up their children, and only now, in their later years, would they know how to do it all properly, if only they'd a second chance. I know very well what failure looks like, and I know how it feels at the same time to watch the wicked succeed. But your lack of success is not what defines you as a person. Jesus wasn't a failure, yet he did not do many miracles in his hometown because of the people's lack of faith. The Lord would have no one perish, but he would want all of us to come to repentance. Jesus told us that wide is the gate and broad is the way that leads to destruction, and many are those who enter by it. Is God a failure because things don't always go his way, or because people turn aside from following him? No, he isn't a failure. The truth be told, many of the things that don't work out in your life are not actually because you failed. Other people's decisions and actions come into the equation too. Good Christian parents have brought their children up in the way they ought to go, and the children have yet wandered. You can only take responsibility for your side of the deal. That's all the Lord expects from you, because that's what he's done too. So be encouraged.